popular name in the home computer industry. Throughout the 80s, it held its own against industry giants and etched its place in video game history with the VIC-20, Commodore 64, and Amiga line of computers. Though sadly, as time went on, the company went from competing with the likes of Apple and IBM to just becoming BM. After the video game crash of the 80s, companies emerged like Nintendo and Sega to pick up the pieces and resurrect the dying industry. Commodore would try to hang in there, but it ended up crumbling like weak old cat barf on a carpet. So what went wrong? How could a company that once ruled the home computer industry be reduced to a small footnote in video game history? You want to know the answer? The Amiga CD32. Yeah, this thing was the straw that broke the camel's back, the shit-caked baby wipe that ruptured the septic tank. After declining sales in the late 80s and early 90s, Commodore decided to take a stab at console production. The CD32 was released in Europe and Canada in September of '93 and slated to release in the US early the next year. But guess what? It never happened. Commodore wasn't allowed to release it in the US until they paid $10 million in back-owed patent royalties. On top of that, the system was discontinued only 8 months after being released, bankrupting the company. This console is such a joke that it ruined one of the biggest computer companies of all time in less than a year. Even if it did come out in the US, the original retail price for this monstrosity was $400, and that's in '93. Nowadays, with inflation,